My dear students, first of all, I welcome you all for this presentation on plagiarism checking through Authenticate, which will contain a demonstration on how plagiarism is checked through Authenticate and how similarity report is generated. It will further explain how to interpret the similarity report.
So this is the website www.authenticate.com. Okay, so I have put an enter, so it will lead me to the home page of this Authenticate. So here there is one login option. So when I click on this login, it gives email and password. So I am using the account. My account is also there, but I am using the administrative account so that I can show you on. That is followed by the password, and after putting the password, I have to click the login. So when I click on this login after putting the password, I come to this page. Okay, so I will go to this is the home page. On home page, there are 4 menus. See, folders, setting, account information, managers. So this is account information of our university. Session has been logged out. See, this is the account information. These are the credentials which are available with them. That this account is for Shivaji University. This is the account ID through which we have access to the Authenticate. This is the user ID, and this subscription expires on 6 July 2021. So up to July 5, the subscription has been paid. So here the profile is created. See, current password is given, then first name, last name is given, email is given. We have to upload a photo. If I want to change the password, so here I can change the password and can update the profile. So with the help of this, I can have options to change my passwords. So then comes to managing the users. See, here the manager of this account can manage the users. He has the authority to provide to whom the username and password be given so that they can make use of this software. So initially, see, this is the name of the person who is now using this software. Director of this library is the admin. Myself is also as the admin. Okay, 2-3 accounts are there. And with the help of this, so it is a list of all the users that have access to the Authenticate account. Only these people can have access to this account. Whereby they can put the username as their email, password they have set, and the administrator can add any more users by clicking the add new user. So suppose if I want to add more than 250 lecturers from the university, I can download it with the help of the XMS or CSV file, or one by one I can submit it. Then I can go to the groups. I can create the groups. Okay, create the group means according to science faculty, humanities faculty, I can create the group, and accordingly I can add and remove this. Then this is the thing related with the usage report. With the help of this, suppose in the Shiva University there are 140 submissions have been made, out of which document count is 260. Okay, so I can get usage report of this. Usage report means how it is used. So by month, how many pages have been submitted and how those have been used. I can get the details about the reports. See, what is the doc ID, what is the title, who is the author for that, under which folder it is there. Okay, then who is the user as the first. See, when it has been processed to check the similarity, then comes count word. It means that in these cases there are 5,475 words. So similarity score is 4, and this type is in PDF. So whatever or whosoever has submitted his name, the title of the manuscript, then this is the ID through which the document has been identified, for which course it has been submitted, what is the subject of that particular PhD student. All these are displayed at this place. So I can also set the date range. See, if I will put a particular date range here and I will write, so from this month, okay, I will only get the report. There is one more facility that is called with the sharing. View only folders shared by other users, view all users folder, or view folders of selected users. So according to that, you can update the sharing, you can email. So here from you can add a new user, or here from you can upload the user list. So this is about the things which are going to be managed by the administrator. Then comes setting. See. In the setting, see, we are going to set which is the folder that is to be created. Basically, in our university, what we do, there are so many departments. So in the folder, we have made the folders of the subject according to department. And when a particular PhD student comes to check the plagiarism, we are going to check his manuscript or plagiarism checking by recording it in the concerned folder of that particular subject. So subject wise, we can identify how many cases have been submitted, how many of them checked, how many of them are having what type of similarity. So number of documents to show on that particular page is 25. So on one page, 25 documents are shown. Here you can display the upload documents, time zone is given, language is given, and hereby I can update the settings. So I will not change. So you can change the setting anytime. Setting allow you to customize your preferences for documents and reports. So this is about the setting. Then comes documents. See, according to a process date, you want to display or document title or similarity score or document author. You want it can be displayed, and change score color percentage. Change score color percentage means, see, the report of similarity is shown in different colors. A different color means a particular source from which only that material has been taken. So when I will show you that report, you will come to know about that. So you can change score color percentage according to this. And finally, it is related with the reports. See here, same report, no more frequently than once a week. Then these are nothing but the settings to receive the notification when a report has been exceeded the specified thresholds below. Okay, then content tracking report 10%, similarity report, summary report in there, color code report, yes, I want it in a color code. Available document repositories, see what are those. Document will be compared against these repositories. Now what we have given the repositories are cross-reference shall be checked, then cross-reference posted content shall be given. Internet, whatever that is available on the internet, against that it is going to be checked. And publications, so whatever publications those are there, they are also going to be considered. So there from this update setting, you can change if you want to remove cross-reference and cross-reference per posted content, then whatever the manuscript that has been submitted, that is checked similarity against only the sources which are available on the internet or from the publications. So that setting is enabled here. Okay, and then I am going to click on this folder file. Now see, under each of the folder for the convenience, we have maintained these folders that in the year 2017-18, MPhil, these are the years for MPhil dissertations. This is my folder. Then PhD 17-18, after 18, this PhD thesis. This is related to only research articles of the faculty of the 17-18. These are the research articles after 18. This is my submissions. Then Yadav sir is there, and this is the test. Test means whatever that will be removed from this one. Now see, when I have to upload a particular file, I have to select a particular folder. See, now if I want to check the manuscript of a student from the Library and Information Science, I will go here and will click on this Library and Information Science group. Then I will go to upload a file. Okay. So when I go on clicking on this, see, it asks you a destination folder where that submission has to be stored. So here I will give PhD thesis, Library and Information Science. Okay. That will be followed by the author's first name. Author's first name means researcher's first name. Then author's last name means researcher's last name. Okay, if it is a Sangram Killedar, his first name will be Sangram, last name will be Killedar, and his PhD title will be given here. Either I will copy it from his thesis or I will type it as it is, and then I will choose a file. That will be brought it in the pen drive, or if I will copy it and paste it on my desktop. After filling all these things, when I choose a file, it provides a path. So I will go to that, I will select this PhD thesis which has been completed, and then I will click on this upload. So I am practically not showing you because here it is a subscription based software. So if I will upload a particular file, the amount or that document remaining will be reduced, and it is of no use. That's why I am not practically going to upload a file. So zip file can be uploaded, file can be cut and paste as it is. So what is the file requirement? See, these are the file requirements. That your file must be less than 100 MB. Then maximum document length is 800 pages. So if it is more than 801 pages, it will not be accepted. The file must contain at least 20 words of the text. So less than 20 words are not going to be checked. The file must not exceed 2 MB of the raw text, and zip files may also contain up to 20 MB or 1000 filters. So currently supported files for the software are Word, text, PostScript, PDF, HTML, Excel, PowerPoint, and all these things are there. Basically, we receive the PhD thesis of the students in the PDF format, because see, PDF cannot be changed. Again, there is a proper setting, so that needs to be taken into consideration. So I will go back after uploading this. I come to this window. See, when uploading, it shows one circular that it is going to be checked, and when it is checked, actually it is represented as the similarity percentage. Actually, it is used in the 2017. The act was not implemented at that time, and that's why it has been implemented. So you can go anywhere else. I will go to Library and Information Science folder. Here you will find that Sunil Pirje has provided the content management among university libraries. Then Pallavi Sawant, it is there. So I will click on this to let you know how the report is shown. See, it is submitted in the year 2016 at the time of 3:51 p.m. So that time the act was not in progress. Our standard for acceptance was 30%. It is below 30%. Here you will find that 54,855 words are there, and this is the title of her PhD thesis. Now, if I click on this, the report will be displayed in front of you. See, this is the report. In whatever colored words, colored text that you find, according to that software, this is the similarity. See, these are the initial pages. Now you will find that one thing I will tell you. See, this is plagiarism. Why? See, in the initial stage, she has tried to show you what is NAAC, UGC, and these are the words she has taken as it is from another source. She has not quoted it. She has not given reference to this, and that's why it is plagiarism. See, it is represented by the source number 8. What is the color? It is blue color. This is the source number, that is 8. See, you will find the color is the same. 8 and 8. The total words from national to and are, see, 143 words have been plagiarized. Now these 143 words are less than 1% as compared to total text available. Now you will come to know really she has plagiarized from this source. This source is from the internet, 143 words. It is crawled on 2 September 2018. It means that she has started writing this thesis in the year 2018 and on 2nd September 2011 she has copied this material from this source and this is the website from the blog site, or it was previously available in this on this site as it is, only the programs word has been added by her. Now what I will do is that I will click on this 8. See, after clicking that 8, this is the source. You will find Amruddadi, whatever that may be, Islamia College blogspot.com. In that blogspot, see, these are the words which have been given in the blue format up to the level, and see, so we will check one by one. See, National Assessment and Accreditation Council NAC. National Assessment and Accreditation Council NAC is an autonomous body established by is an autonomous body. So the text is as it is, which was previously available in this source. Okay, on 17th February 2010, which has been used on 2nd September 2011 by this researcher from this source. Basically, she might not have taken it from this source. Even it might be possible that this person has taken this from the NAC website, but it is having the similarity. So we can, if click here as full source view, you will find the full source text in the right window. See, this is the full text source. And whatever the red points or words are there, see, National Indian Economic Body that aims to ensure with fancy programs. Now, instead of programs, what she has used is spelling is different. Okay, they have used PROGRAMES, she has used PROGRAMS, and that's why it has been excluded. Okay, now here aims to, that aims to will find regulatory mechanism. So she has replaced another word for that, that ensure. Okay, that aims to she has removed. Only that ensure she has taken, that ensure, and aim to has been removed. So it is going to be dictated in this way. So whatever you are going to make any changes, whether you are going to omit any word, whether you are going to add new word by changing the spelling, that can also be identified by this software. So don't do that. So I have shown. So in this way, if I click on this 22 source, it will find that this is the source. That www.cubsat.ac.in, from where 84 words have been plagiarized. So these are the 84 words which have been crawled on 10th August 2007. It means that how many words you have borrowed, on which date you have accessed that, how you have used that, which words have been excluded by you, which have been replaced by you, all which is dictated by the software. So in this way, the report is going to be taken into consideration. Okay. Now I will come to some of the parts of this filtration. See, quotes are included, bibliography is included. Now, as per the law, quotes and bibliography be excluded. So we will see what is her percentage. So in the filtration mechanism, I will go here. See here, there is option exclude quotes, exclude bibliography. Okay, exclude sources that are less than, as per law, I will like to put 14 words. Okay, then exclude methods and materials. Methods and materials are not there, and I will make apply changes. Now you will find that the similarity is 70%. it means that 1% out of the total similarity are the quotient together. Okay, so as per the current norms, in this case, she will have to reduce 7% of the similarity that is found here. So it is a very tough job to reduce the similarity, because if she has gone, she is in the stage of 10 to 14%. So this manuscript will be returned to her. She has to make the changes within 6 months, and after 6 months she has to submit the thesis, and after submitting that thesis, if the plagiarism is going to be checked, that should come below 10%. Otherwise, she will be shifted to the next stage of 40 to 60% similar as per law. So this is very dangerous, and that's why I think we have to take into consideration all the important aspects of this law. So here you will find whatever the sources, those are there. See, there might be a question in your mind, and the question is that while writing the PhD thesis, you are going to publish 2 research articles on your subject. So if you are going to publish that articles, the contents of that article may have similarity with the contents of your PhD thesis. So in that case, these sources are displayed, and wherein if there is a similarity match of the content with your PhD thesis with the content of a research article written by you, there is a provision of excluding the source. So if I will click on this exclude the source, and suppose I have taken the example of this candidate Pallavi Sawant, and there is a research article of a Pallavi Sawant that will be displayed like this. See, if she has published the article, it will be displayed like Sawant Pallavi article name. So I will click on that, and I will click on apply changes. Okay, so if I click on, then here comes exclude option enabled. So I will not exclude this, but if she has written the article, she is the author, and the text is related with her PhD thesis, then I will exclude her name and will make apply changes, and in that case the similarity of the total words written by her in her article, which is there in the thesis, that will be excluded. So this is one more facility which is called in the same citation, that is to be reduced. So in that way we can go for these things. Then comes this option. This is view or edit excluded sources. So whatever the sources you are going to exclude, that can be viewed or can be edited with this source. So this will help you to magnify the window, left window of your thesis. This is the option for downloading the PDF. So if I will click on this, whatever the thesis that has been displayed here will be downloaded as it is with the color code, and at the last page it will be displayed like from which source, how much material has been borrowed by you, and in what way. So that can come in the report of the thesis. In the last, the questionnaire and other things have been given. But when you download, in that download, you will come to know about what is given in which color. As far as soft copy is concerned, you can see it also on the print matter. So only that matter which has been highlighted in different colors is the part and parcel of your similarity, and only on that text you have to make the processing so that you can reduce the plagiarism. So this much I was willing to communicate with all of you. There are many more softwares. I am aware of the Urkund, even access to the Urkund is available there, but I think the time is over 4:52, that is the timing. And we have to again discuss certain things. If there are any confusions in your mind, question answer session is there, so I will keep out from this aspect presentation. And now the session